I gotta get shrimp. I know. Hey, Chuck.
What's up? What's up?
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. So Dennis,
Oh. Hey, Dennis. How are you?
Fine, how you doing?
I'm good. Hey, Mike.
what up, Tony?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
Good.
Hey, what's up? What's up? Oh.
What's up, good people?
What's up? What's up, man?
What's good, G Money?
What's happening then? What's happening then?
Yeah, Gerald and Jeanette over there shaking and baking.
Hey, man, we got nothing to do but shelter in place and make money.
I hear you. I hear you, man.
Yeah, man, but you didn't have to buy Royal Caribbean. I mean, you know.
Well, now you in Georgia now. You know you can get out, man. Your governor said you can get out, man.
Hey, I get out tomorrow, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, okay.
Just make sure you have your mask and gloves and stuff. Shit.
Never leave home without him, bruh.
You know, you're going to the barber shop and the chicken shack and
I think I'm gonna give me a tattoo, man, and say,
hey,
quarantine this.
hit the gym too, man. Go play some ball, some basketball with the brothers.
Get on the bench press with somebody else's sweat. I ain't gonna even wipe it off.
That's right, yeah.
And you better keep your ass in that house.
Man.
He in the house now. He out in the daggone truck riding around. He got a truck full of Lysol cans. He been spraying Lysol in the truck.
Well, the neighborhood or in the can? I mean, the truck.
In the truck, he got a can full of Lysol, empty cans.
You know he's selling this shit, man. He's selling it, man. Yeah, $5 a can.
In China.
Five, man. Hey, five. You undercutting, man.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
You way undercutting, bro.
Really?
You got some masks too. You got some masks and some gloves.
He's out the money. He's out the money.
Shoot.
I need some toilet paper, man.
Man, it's crazy.
I know it, and it's going to get worse.
He said it's getting get a little crazier with the meat places going out of business.
Time to be a vegan, huh?
Yeah.
Hey,
I don't eat a lot of meat,
Yeah.
actually, myself.
Yeah, I haven't had any red meat for months.
man.
Yeah.
Navy beans.
Yeah, I haven't had red meat in like 8 or 9 months. I'm just doing chicken and fish mostly.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I've been vegan about 10 years, so I ain't worried about it. You know?
Is that right? Yeah, man.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, man, I ain't had a hamburger or a steak or no ribs or nothing, man, the last 8
Man, I
months.
had me some ribs last night. I just barbecued.
Speaking of ribs, let me have one rib. It was good too, wasn't it, Chuck?
Yes.
I ain't had nothing.
Hey, Chuck, don't forget to say something about the teacher not being there on time, man.
Yeah, Chuck, you can give it to him. You can give it to him today,
Oh, you
Chuck.
know you know I am.
Mm-hmm.
You know I am.
Yeah.
I thought I had a rib in that refrigerator. I'm gonna get one, eat one up here for you. They outside in the garage.
Okay.
In the fridge.
I'm cool, man. Like I said, I'm not even tempted, man. Yeah, Evelyn be eating in front of me. She be eating in front of me and stuff, man. I got the willpower.
Oh yeah.
Got that willpower, so been doing good.
Hey, did y'all watch y'all president, man, 45 on TV just a minute ago?
What is
That's
her?
what I was doing. I watched him. You see him attack? You see him attack little Caitlyn, man, the little CNN.
Oh yeah, Caitlyn, I like her.
And y'all are fake news.
She don't back down, bro.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay.
She said fake news. No, you can't ask him questions.
Yeah, he been on
Hey,
Caitlyn.
she ain't even balked. She said if you listen to her, because I ran it back, she said, "What are you referencing?"
Mm-hmm.
And he tried to keep on talking to somebody else. She was like, "Nah, you gonna answer this question."
Mm-hmm.
And he just shut it down. Like you could see the frustration. Like,
Yeah.
Get your question out because I ain't gonna answer it now.
Yeah.
Next.
Yeah.
I might have to see if I can catch that one on YouTube then.
Yeah, man. She is. She's a warrior, man. I like
Yeah.
Caitlin, man. She don't back down.
Yeah, she's sure. Yeah, CNN. What's the Costas too? I like him too. Costas is good.
Yeah, Jim Acostas.
Yeah.
And,
Oh, Jim Acosta. Yeah, yeah.
Matter.
they don't like Jim Acostas. He don't like Costas. They try to take his press pass.
What happened to the sister girl that used to be on? What's her name that used to be in there? She's not even
After Spicer, it was what was her name? The little homie looking lady.
It's the older black female. Yeah, she was sharp too.
Oh no, okay, you talking about okay. I thought you was
yeah.
talking about the in the
Michelle Cinder. But you older lady. What is her name?
I know. Yeah, he attacked her before too about the Black Caucus. Remember, she was talking about.
Yeah.
He said, "Yeah, I don't know anybody in Black Caucus. Do you? Well, you set up the meeting or something."
Oh, you talking about Auntie Maxine Waters?
No, not Maxine Waters. No.
She's talking about. He's
Right
talking
here.
Yeah, she's the correspondent, the White House correspondent.
Oh,
April was it? No, I can't think of her name. Yeah, but she's good too. Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. I just can't
Yeah.
call it name
Yeah.
for some reason.
Hey,
Something.
but hold on. I want y'all to go out and I need y'all to get an injection of some sunshine or some disinfectant.
That's what he was saying. He was saying warmer weather.
Inject some damn disinfectant.
He was saying the warmer weather and somebody get an injection or something. Yeah.
Yes, some disinfectant. Well, can we inject them with disinfectant?
Yeah.
Hell,
he ain't talking about that. What's the
Don't get
drug?
no ideas, man.
No.
He ain't talking about that.
Hydroxychloroquine.
He ain't talking about that hydroxychloroquine no more, is
No.
no,
Nope.
hell no.
Nope.
He done made his money off of that though, man.
he? He didn't want to answer a question today about that either.
He done made his money. And finally, the damn teacher want to come in 9 hours late.
Huh?
How the hell the teacher come in late?
Hey,
Hey.
Chuck can get on the teacher today.
Hey, I was on, but it wouldn't let me in for some reason.
No, you was
I
sleeping.
just
I
happened to
know.
look down and see that you were waiting to get in.
Yeah, I was on. I've been on since 5:58.
Hey, Dello.
We locked the door to the classroom.
Sure, Dello. Sure you have it.
Chuck, I'm surprised you up. You must took your vitamins.
I took a nap right beforehand and I don't know how I woke up, but I'm good.
And he had some ribs too. He ate some ribs.
Ate some ribs.
Yeah.
Glad you could,
today, man?
hey, glad you could make it today, man. Was
Huh?
you, hey, I'm glad you could make it today. What was you running with the baby or something?
Nah, I was
The little baby, you know the little baby running around.
Oh yeah. Oh, you saw that?
Hey, Delos, tomorrow, can you call the CEO of Boeing, man? Have a talk with him there.
Yeah. Hey.
Have a talk with him.
Yeah, it was some news, man. I guess they said they were gonna make some planes or something.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah,
said something about probably having to give some money back maybe too next week.
Yep.
and we'll
Yeah.
know Wednesday.
Next Wednesday, something gonna happen. But here go the news, right? You can see my screen, right?
They have their
Yeah.
call on the 29th, their earnings call.
Yeah. So
Look at you,
So-
scholars.
Mhm.
if it look at y'all knowing about stuff y'all didn't know about a month ago.
You know what I'm saying? Teacher's pet.
Yeah.
Right. Y'all ain't supposed to be this smart.
Jeanette gonna leave an apple. I'm watching you. girl.
Yeah. Bringing them an apple for the class today, huh?
Eating it.
Hey,
Yeah.
I got a question. So before we get started, did anybody get the song right? I'm gonna go.
Oh man, that's easy, man.
What's that?
I did.
That was easy, bro.
Oh yeah. When will we get paid?
No,
All right, what's the song, G?
I'm gonna let somebody else do it. Staple singers, y'all. Come on now, Dennis.
Hey,
Come on,
Chuck.
come on, Dennis.
Hey, Dennis, did you get the answer to the question in the text?
The only one I could think of was respect yourself.
Self, yeah.
No,
Okay.
no. When he
Nah,
said it's your
Chuck.
model,
Chuck, what you come up with, Chuck?
Nothing. Wasn't even racking my brain.
So it wasn't when will we get paid?
Nah, yeah. Come on, G, go on, give him the answer.
Friday.
you gotta
Thank
earn it, man. You gotta earn it, y'all.
Let's go to Staple Singers.
What should be y'all motto every week, man?
You gotta earn it, baby.
After 1 week, we'll come back to that question at the end. We'll let y'all
It's
know.
gone. That's the song. I Googled it. I'm cheating now. I'm gonna let you know.
Yeah.
Is it Let's Do It Again?
No,
There you go. There you go.
Oh.
that's it.
You
That's
got
it.
it wrong.
And I Googled it.
Yeah.
Hey,
Delos.
huh?
There you go. About 500 yards again.
Hey, he ran the wrong route.
I ran the wrong route.
And he dropped the ball.
Yeah.
Hey, but think about it, man. That one does fit though, bro. You know they got a song called "You Gotta Earn It."
Yeah, they got I saw that too. I
It's,
Googled it too. Yeah, they got that one
See,
too.
I ain't the only one.
I Googled it too.
Every week, that's your motto. Let's do it again.
Let's do it
Let's do
again.
it again. I shouldn't have known that was, that's a younger song, and Delos ain't that old to go back. So I should have just calculated all
Right.
that in there. That's
Right.
probably
I'm like,
fits all the movies.
yeah, I'm like Dennis. Only thing I can remember was respect yourself.
Well, that could be your motto too.
Yeah.
No, you want to know what my motto is? This is my motto.
Go ahead, Chuck. Do I need to get your daddy on the phone, or you gonna behave?
Look, hey, follow the process. Stay in the rules, man.
You are right.
Hey, if I ain't learned nothing, Delos, just stick by my rules, man.
Stick by your rules. That's for sure. Stick by your rules. So the first thing I wanted to talk about was we all so as you guys start making profits, right? 4,000 or 5,000 as you start approaching that number, you may need to buy a set of tires or something come up. You say, oh, let me go get a couple dollars, right? So we all know how to trade. We all know how to put money into TD Ameritrade. I just want to make sure that we all know how to get our money back out if we need it. So did Jeanette say something?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, so under client services, let me move this out the way. Under client services, you're gonna have, let me see, where is it?
Okay, you going to my account
You can go into your account,
and do
and you can
withdrawal?
go into transfers. There's a couple different ways, but Tony, we'll go in your way. And I think everybody might have went in this way.
Withdrawal. Yeah.
All right, so if you just want to do a withdrawal, right? So everybody can understand this. This is just typical bank terms: deposit, internal transfer, withdrawal, see your activity, account information, all that good stuff, right? So when you want $1,000, you want to just send it back to yourself. You're basically going to go in here. You don't want to do a check withdrawal. That's because you don't have any. Now, so speaking of this, right? So TD Ameritrade has credit cards. They have debit cards. They got They got checks. You can get checks from TD Ameritrade like a regular bank. You can do wire transfers. You can do all that stuff, right? You got to go in and set all that up. So basically, when you hit withdraw, you got withdraw here. You just come in and simply just do a transfer. Hold on, let me sliding screen, sliding people around. Transfer to your bank.
Process is going to take place right now. I was talking to
My screen cracked and I get all kind of interference.
and it is
Okay, so everybody said, see how I just did that?
Yeah.
All right, so when you want to transfer money from your account back to your bank, you just simply go in here and I named my bank. So I named it because on my other account, I was taking money from two different places. So on here, I just kind of like, I kind of just gave it a name. So I just call it Simon Sites. So I know that it's going back to the bank that I needed to go to. And so you would simply just click right here. I'm gonna go through the whole transaction. I'm just gonna send myself $100. Go in here, put the amount in. And the frequency is just simple bank terms. You want it reoccurring. You got all this stuff you can pick from. It'll send it to you automatically if you want to set it up. It's all up to you, but I'm just gonna go here and just put one time, which is, it defaults to one time. So I'll just click one time. I'm just gonna send myself $100, and then I'll send it back to TD Ameritrade, but I'll just go through the transaction. And when you get here, right, it'll line you up. It'll tell you the routing number that it's going to, It'll tell you what is being deposited in your account ending in 6966, which is my standard checking account at my bank. It's telling me what account in TD Ameritrade, because as you grow your money, some of you may start an IRA, some of you may, just have 2 accounts. It'll tell you what account it's pulling it from. So it's pulling it from my 1844 account, which is where I want it to come from. And I'm just going to simply submit it. Transaction date is 4/24, which is today. I'm just going to simply submit that, send myself $100, and then it'll fall in here under my transactions. So it'll give you like a read receipt, basically receive your request for electronic transfer. And the reason why I wanted you all to get familiar with it, right? Because you want to know, and I'll tell everybody when this hits my account, it should take up to 24 to 48 hours. So it's not instantaneous. So that way, if you know you need some money on Friday, I suggest you go in on Tuesday and pull it. Don't wait till Friday morning and thinking that it's going to hit your account Friday afternoon. So if you need it, give yourself a couple of days. I just wanted you all to be able to see that, get yourself familiar with taking a few dollars if you need it for whatever expenses you may come across that are unexpected. So anybody need me to go over that again?
No, I think we got it.
It's all good.
Dennis, you good?
Yeah, I have a question though.
Okay.
When you go to your, after you do that, when you go to my account balances, where is that going to show up on your balance?
Okay, so balances, Dennis, it should show up because that's going to come right out of. I'm going to it now. It's going to come on. The quickest way to go find it. It's going to come right out of your options buying power.
Well, I guess what I'm asking is it going to show in your cash or cash alternatives? Which one?
It should show under your see, let me go look. Hold on, because I use my phone, Dennis, so much that on this desk platform I have to go in and
some of the members of the task force are more polite than others in terms of
so
how
under balances it should pull right from your cash alternatives.
But political pressure is the main.
You said pull from, so that means it's gonna go not or
No, it's gonna pull money from your account. It's gonna send it to your bank, but the balance, that transaction, you'll see. So right here as an example, I just sent $100. Tomorrow, this is gonna say $19,099.73 because I just sent $100 out of it. So when you want to go see where it's coming from, it's going to come from your cash alternatives.
Gotcha. Okay. And the same way, if you're going to send it from your bank to your account, it's going to wind up in your.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
Yep.
She's our global health director said to me, I haven't met a single professional who doesn't think
Somebody got a TV on in the background?
Yep.
Good Lord, Chuck. I knew you wasn't listening, Chuck. Hey, Chuck gonna be the one person to send his money to Afghanistan.
Nigeria.
Right. Chuck, you gonna mess around and send all your money to Nigeria.
Wouldn't be a bad thing, man.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be a bad thing.
All right. Everybody got that part? Just go right into your up here, your account, withdraw, and then fill it out just like you would do any typical American bank slip. So just get familiar with that, just in case you need money. You know how long it takes. You kind of want to know everything about, where your money's at and how to get it back if you need it. So, moving right along. So I got that part out the way. Let me see. Okay. I just want to follow what I sent out.
Get the extended hours.
Yeah. So did everybody read that?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I read it. Yes.
So I see that there's some limitations to it.
A lot of
There's-
risk. Yeah, all
yeah.
the risk and stuff. Yeah.
And they don't have all the equities available. So there's some restrictions to which companies are on there, and there's a ton missing. But I guess if you're in some of the exchange traded funds like S&P 500 and the Russell 2000, I saw that the names on there were kind of limited. But did anybody have any questions about what they read? I'm pretty sure everybody got through it with no issues.
Yeah, it didn't sound appealing to me. Like I said, you know, the regular hour sounds fine with me, and like I said, it had a lot of risk in here. So.
Yep. So I just wanted everybody to be aware. So like if you question it, you can always fall back on that document and say, okay, this is not something I want to do. I'm good with how things are progressing. Just wanted you to know that it exists, you know, because some of us are going to move ahead of others. So I just wanted you all to know that, you know, that it does exist, and you do have opportunity if you wanted to. Into the fun stuff. So I'll go through these Greeks kind of one at a time. I'm just going to do Delta today. It's pretty self-explanatory. So everybody does know. I'm gonna go into Boeing's options chain here. All right, so let me make it a little bigger. All right, so on the put side of the house, right? Everybody can kind of see. Let me change this to all. All right, everybody can kind of see when we talk about time decay, right? So everybody can kind of see as you get closer to the actual strike price, which is in the money. So for the sake of this conversation, one Boeing say for trading at 137, right? So you got this 137 strike. As you get closer to that number, the more risk you assume. Does everybody agree with that?
Yep.
Yes. Yep.
Does everybody know why you assume more risk? Because
But you in the money.
you are the closest person to the actual strike price, knowing that it's gonna move up or down. Does everybody know why these people back here or in less risky situations? This is a less risky trade. So
Get away from the money.
because you're away from the actual strike price. If the actual strike price is 137, they're going to give you more money to stand in the way. You stand there and take this beating. Everybody back here kind of like, so as an example, right? We talk like first in line, second in line, third in line, fourth in line, right? So if as I relate this to a war, right? The first in line are at risk to be taken out first, right? Because they're closest to the gun battle. When you're playing down here, you are closer to the gun battle, and that's why they're gonna pay you more to be close. The safer you get, the cheaper your premium gets. So while there's a war going on down here, if you're back home here in Missouri, your check is not gonna have, you're not gonna have a war check. You're gonna get a I'm safe back in Missouri check. These people down here are gonna get a war check because they're closest to the strike point. The closer you are to the strike point, the more money you make. The further away from the strike point, as I go up, the less money you make. Does everybody understand that?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yep.
If I'm now coming in and I'm buying a put option, the closer I get to this strike price, the more money they're gonna pay me. The further I get away, the less they're gonna pay me. So if I go to war, I'm gonna get a war check. If I'm safe at home, not yet been deployed, I am going to get a not deployed check. If I'm on an airplane flying to the situation, I'll be in this little area because I am being deployed, so I get a little bit more than the people we left back at home in Missouri. Everybody kind of get that cut. Yep.
Now, Delos, would it be a good strategy, say like you want the Boeing stock and you may get assigned it, so to go ahead and get the $800 at the 137 and then get assigned the stock too?
Absolutely. So for those individuals that want to own the stock, then there's no problem with that strategy.
Mm-hmm.
Those that don't want, those whose strategy is, hey, I don't want to own it, not necessarily. If I have to, I will, but I don't necessarily want to, then I'm gonna come back here.
Yeah.
Those who absolutely want the stock, they're gonna go up here and get that premium because they want the stock. So it depends on your comfort level. It also depends on, some strategies may change. And so and I'll give you a prime example. Gerald and Jeanette bought a 12, just as an example, bought a 12,500 strike. Dennis bought a 12,500 strike. Chuck is about to do it. Tony, you've done it. As you collect premiums and you have collected an additional 12,500, now you're playing with the house's money. Your strategy with that 12,500 may be different than the strategy you had before you made that 12,500. And that's to be expected. That's to be expected. That's why it's your strategy. And I'm just here to help you understand the fundamentals and the basics and keep you out of hot water right away. But as you double up 12,000 and you make 24 and 36 and 48, you may go a little riskier than you did when you started out this journey. Does that make sense to everybody?
Yeah.
If you had $100,000, there's gonna be some contracts where you're just gonna go, hey, I'm gonna go sit a little closer to the war. Yeah. If I'm just gonna stick to how I started out in this whole training, then I'm gonna stay out the way a little bit, and I'm gonna play around in these 127, 128, 129. So as the stock changes, so does your strategy, so does your thinking. I'll keep going over this every week so that you kind of get it. So something happened today. Gerald sent the text. Did everybody get that text Gerald sent?
Yeah, about rolling out.
Yep. So as you know, he was in a trade, right? We're gonna just say 132. Mm-hmm. As Boeing stock gets higher, the value of your contract decreases. Decrease in value is a good thing. Somebody paid you $530 to put the contract on. You can buy it back for $150. You keep the difference. So if you put on a 137 strike, and in the morning the Boeing stock goes to $150, I would encourage that you buy that back because they gave you $800 to place the trade, but now the options contract now is only worth $200. You buy the $200 contract back and you keep the difference. You keep the $600 and give them $200 back, and you roll in closer to the strike point again. Does everybody understand that?
Yes.
So I'm gonna say it again. If you put on a contract, if the price moves 9-8 points in the morning, just buy the contract back. There's nothing wrong with buying a contract back. So a lot of times, early on in a trade, like Gerald and Jeanette, the contract was only worth a few dollars, and Gerald and Jeanette say, hey, I just want to let it expire, because they were brand new. They was like, I just want to see what happened. I want to see what happens when it expires. Some people want to see what happens when they buy back. And so I kind of like send text to people, like if I see an opportunity where you can buy it back, absolutely buy it back. There's no need to let Friday come and it's Monday and you can buy it back and gain $400 and then collect another premium at another strike point. So there's no harm in that. It's actually a good thing. It's actually what you should be doing. And that's what those alerts are for. So if you just condition yourself to, after you place a trade, immediately set your alerts, whether they're good alerts or bad alerts, you want them. So I'm gonna segue into this, right? So everybody on here is a Boeing investor at this point.
Hey, Delos.
Yes.
Before you go, let me ask a question about the bid and ask number on the Boeing. And when you roll out, what should they be looking for on the ask side to know that it's an opportunity to buy it back?
All right. So when you all are in a contract, and this is important. Good question, Chuck. Because I get a lot of questions about this. When you are involved in a contract, move everybody back over here, and I'm gonna slide you back. So if you go to your account, every contract you enter is called a position. Remember that. Every contract you enter is called a position. You want to go to your position. You go to your position, and it'll tell you up here, all positions. These are just regular stocks that I own. Then it says options exposure. They break them out. Long stocks at the top, and if you keep going, long options, short options. This is considered that trade that I made after I had a episode of drinking. It's called a long because it's going to expire in 2021. So it's a long option. It's down the road. No value in it whatsoever. So this Boeing put, right, May 1st, short option is going to expire here next week. When you want to know if there's money on the table, if you come over here, man, this screen sucks. Sorry, I gotta make it small. But when you come over here, you'll be able to see, how can I reposition this? Well, I don't know I hope you all can see that. Yeah. It's at a negative $55, only because I got a 128 strike price and the stock came down since I put the trade on. If you go to your positions, it'll tell you what your gain is right here. If this is a green number, that's what you have profited. You can then go to this window right here. Simply click that button and buy it back. And all it'll do is, if it gave you 500, so as an example, let me go back. And how this reads is, if the bid at the time was 435, and then the ask goes down to say $200, then over here will say in green 235, because that's the difference in what you were paid and what it will cost to buy it back.
Say it again. Say that part again.
Okay. When you come in here and what I'm gonna have to do a screenshot when I get the next one. So Gerald and Jeanette, as an example, today, before you rolled out of your trades, if you went to RCL, this number over here would have showed you what you would have made, and it would have been the difference in what you paid and what it's worth today.
Really? Okay.
And you can always find this right under your positions. So if you say, hey, where can I find my options? There are always, and if you guys want to click on your account right now and go to positions, I'll wait so you can see it for yourself.
I'm looking at it from my phone though, because that's the instrument that I use the most.
Okay, that's fine. So Dennis, Tony, if you go to your positions, you ought to see your Boeing trades, your Roku trades.
Yes.
They're all there. They're right there.
Yes.
And if you scroll over to the right, and that red doesn't mean that you've lost money. The red just means that that's the price difference in the premiums from day to day. That doesn't mean I lost $55.
I see P&L, but I don't see gain.
Yeah, so on the phone, let me go to G, hold on. Under positions, if you click on your Boeing under positions, click on it, and then it'll say profit and loss for the day. And Gerald, so your profit and loss for the day should represent what you see under this same position. That number and this number should be the same. So as an example, if you were paid $500 to sell a put contract, and that number is green and it says $200, that means you can buy your put contract back for $300. If you were paid $500 to put on a put contract, and that number in your gain is now $200, you can now buy your contract back for $300. It's just the difference in the price movement of the market. So if Boeing was at 120 and you would pay $500 for a put contract at the 120 strike, and the stock price went up to 140, that your contract is going to be nearing a worthless amount. So it's going to be a lot less than what you paid to close it. So as an example, if you were paid $500 and the price moves up $15 that day, you can almost bet that you can buy that contract back for a little bit of nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna have to take my time and grasp what you're saying.
Okay.
I would like to show you the way that I did it today, because I'm sure there's other ways. I just did the math. I didn't just look for the math like you say. It'll show you the math. I do like this way, but if you allow me, I'll walk you through what we did.
Okay. I'll stop sharing and then let you grab it.
Okay. Can you grab it? Go to
Wow, we're slow.
Is that rain?
Yes. That
Y'all got that little mouse running around on the wheel making y'all internet go, huh?
Yeah. Take it past the baton. So while she's getting it loaded up, once again, I'm doing mostly everything from the mobile, which is the Thinkorswim. And so we simply go to the options chain, and we'll go to the options chain on this platform, and I'll be able to demonstrate.
Really?
Yeah, it'll ask you that every time. Like I get a security question every time I log in.
Yep.
Really?
University City.
Jeanette with the vote.
Oh, come on. I'm trying to remember how I entered it.
No, I know.
See, you got to click on it. Also, trusted device.
Yeah, I can't get her to do none of that ever.
Come on.
So, Gerald, you said you went through the options chain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the math comes up the same every time. I'll show you. I'll take you
Okay.
through this.
Okay.
This is the way we've been doing it. I hope it ain't been wrong. But you know, the reason why I know it's not wrong is because, you know, Delos gave us that little nugget. Just take a screenshot before you do anything of your
Yeah.
your
Yeah. So
balance sheet.
that's what I was thinking to go through the options chain and just click on the ask or the bid and it
Yeah, what I was sharing with you the other day, Tony. I
Yeah.
think that's right. I did share it with you.
bring up the dialog box.
Yep. And then hit your quantity in there that you're trying to sell to close.
Yeah.
So, so if you got, can you guys see the screen?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so we were at RCL
Mhm.
and our
It was what, 30?
we were at a 30.
Okay.
Mhm.
So we was at the strike point 30.
Mhm.
So what we've been doing is we'll come over to the ask. Go to the ask, Jason.
You changed it.
Options chain. Gotta go to the options chain or
Can you see?
Now listen to what he's saying, y'all. They had a 30 strike. So they was at the $30 strike price.
So yeah, we were at the $30 strike.
And we clicked on the ask.
And we click on the ask, and we had 5 contracts in here.
Okay.
So what you do is we would put the quantity in here at 5
No, in the contract side.
in the contract,
yeah.
Sorry.
Mhm.
and it was at to buy it back. It came up at 67 cents. I mean, yeah. Wait a minute,
0.67.
0.67.
Yep.
That's what I got.
And then 5 of those, it gave us a total to roll out of here. The total was popping up at 335.
Okay.
Okay, so on your Thinkorswim mobile, when you do this, you automatically get the math done. So I knew what we had already made when we bought into this. We had landed on a total of $725.
Right. And you bought it back for how much?
I bought it back for $335. All right, that left us with $390
For profit.
profit.
Correct.
So I got my leverage money back,
Yeah.
all of it, and I went a little bit closer to the strike, and I'm at 33. I found a 33 strike, and like I said, keep in mind on the mobile platform, all of this, as soon as you put your contracts in over here, the math is done for you. I don't see it on here.
Well, I think once you hit the review order, it brings up, it comes out of this and it goes
Okay,
up
that's
to the
right.
next screen that shows
That's right.
everything, your amount and stuff. So yeah, so if you would put in your numbers and hit the review order, then the next box pops up and it shows you everything.
Well, this one looks so different. I don't even see where we choose.
So action, would action be single?
After you do action, actions in that, yeah, it'll pop up.
Okay, buy the
So
close.
we would be
Sell to close?
we'd be selling to close.
No,
No, you're gonna buy the clothes.
Buy the
Oh,
close.
sorry, yeah, buy the clothes.
Open
My
and buy
bad.
clothes.
Buy the
Yeah.
close. Okay,
Buy the close.
there you go. If you
So
review
what-
order, it should tell you everything now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you see the 335 is telling me that's what it would cost to roll out of here,
Mm-hmm.
and that's what we did. So now I had a total of $390 that I still had from my actions earlier in the week.
Yep.
Yeah.
So then I went and I saw the 33 strike, and it was at $1.29.
Now, G, was it in the same week or another week out?
It was in the same week. I want next May 1st.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, I got the May 1st 33 strike,
Mhm.
and I bought 5 contracts at 129, and that gave me $645. And
Okay.
the total is 1,035. So I made $310. At least that's what I thought.
So you made the 310 plus your new premium.
No, yeah, it's a profit of 310 because my new premium is 645.
Right. So you collected 645 plus 310.
No, 645 plus that earlier in the week I did the 335.
Okay.
I mean the 390. The 390.
390, yeah.
And so you got your 390, right? When you close the deal, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And then you got 610 when you put the new deal on, right?
645. Right.
So you've collected your 390 plus your 645.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
And that's a total of 1,035 total.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Close to the 7 that you would have got if you just stuck with it.
Opposed to the 7 if I'd have just set till May 1st.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Way to go, man.
So that's
Yeah.
that's my profit. But I like the way that Delos just demonstrated. It's just that it was tough for me to try to follow on my phone because that's how I want to learn it. But I will go back and look at the videos, which is fine, Delos.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll incorporate everything over to the phone because most of the time I'm doing it on my mobile.
Yeah.
Let me explain how Delos, how you taught me when we first initially, where you told me to, if you on the options chain and you're just looking at your strike point, you know what you paid for it on the bid side. So if I paid, let's say on my bid I paid $1. I paid 1 point. I got a premium paid of $1. Then
You can take it back, Delos.
the asking price, say it was 42 cents. So as long as it was below what I actually paid for it, then I'm making money on it. So the difference would be, it's okay to roll out. So, and then I would just take that 0.42 would be more or less 420 because I'm taking it times 100.
Right. So anytime that your strike price is less than what you paid for it, you have made a profit.
Okay.
I'm trying to get back to sharing my screen. Hold on. Okay. All right. I got something I want. Can everybody's, oh, no, never mind. I got it now. Okay.
Yeah, we got you.
All right. So check this out. So does everybody, so as you invest and you got all these tools at your disposal, right? Your disposal, there are little thing that I started out doing. This is something that I picked up in Las Vegas that I want to share with you all. Has anybody ever set in a Google alert on their phone?
Yes.
Okay. So grab a cell phone.
Mm-hmm.
I want to show you something. I want everybody to go to google.com/alerts. google.com/alerts with an S. Gotta have an S.
Yep.
So what also you can do is once you get, does everybody got that blue screen up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So it says create an alert about. You can type in Boeing. So just type in Boeing. I'm gonna do it with you all. Hey Chuck, spell it right, or they're gonna send you advertisement for bowling shoes. All right. Does everybody got Boeing in there? You see where you can hit create alert?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So what happens is any Boeing news that comes across the World Wide Web, it's gonna ping you. It'll send you an email, and if you hit create alert, you can take these alerts off, you can put them on, you can add to them. But I just thought I'll show everybody that if you start investing in 4 or 5 companies, you want to make sure you get all the news real time. So go in google.com/alerts and set up just, these going to be alerts outside of price movement, but these are just going to be news alerts that you can get and you just want to get them wherever you are. You don't want to get, hey, you out celebrating a graduation or something to that effect, out to dinner with your loved ones, and then you miss something that's going on in the world. Even though we got Google, and I know most of you are probably getting those ads now for day traders and all kinds of new stuff is probably popping up on your phone. But when you want isolated information, you can just come in here, google.com/alerts, set up whatever company you following, and then you'll get the direct news. And it's just another way to kind of help cover your trade, cover yourself. Don't get caught off guard by anything out there. So I just wanted to show everybody. Everybody follow me that far?
Yeah.
All right, good. Okay. All right. And you can set that up to go to your email. I think you can do text, I think. No, email. I think it's just your email.
Yeah, mine says email.
Yeah.
Yep. So it'll go. So you'll start getting that information into your email. So I'm gonna move on along into what you've all been waiting for, the Delta. And let me see, why is my screen like that? Yeah, let me log out of this and log back in it. Let me do that. Alrighty. So yeah, everybody can play around with that. Pretty neat feature.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're gonna go in BA. So I started off with explaining the further away the strike price, the lesser the premium. The closer you are to the current strike price, the higher the premium you will be paid. So if the stock is trading at 250 and you do a 249 put contract, you're probably going to get paid handsomely. If the stock is trading at 250 and you do a 150 put contract, you're probably not going to get a whole lot of anything. So with that being said, I'm going to go into this. And so I wanted to talk through that again, because that is exactly what Delta is, right? So that's what Delta kind of shows you that. See here. All right. So as an example, and I know a lot of you have probably seen this, but didn't know what it was. Maybe a few of you have had the courage to hit that button. I know early on when you get in this platform, you do think in your mind, every button I hit, I done bought something. Even if it's just a news article, you like, Lord, what did I just buy? I get it. It's a lot to take in.
Yeah.
All right. When you are looking, and we're gonna go a week out. We're gonna go to the 8th. When you see these two calculators on both sides of these numbers?
Yeah.
On the call side, when I want to know the delta, theta, gamma of the calls, I will click that. We are pretty much put people. So I'm gonna click this. It's gonna bring up a whole nother screen. Voila. All right.
Oh, damn.
So right here, you're gonna see what the delta tells you. Now there's all these other Greeks, right? And I don't want to confuse anybody, so I'm not going to talk about gamma, theta, vega, or rho today at all. I may talk about delta again next week. What happens here? You guys see that these numbers are going down, like you see the delta number. So the closer we get to the strike, right? So the strike is on the left. As I get closest to the actual strike price of Boeing, the delta does what? This is your delta right here. So as I go down, look at these numbers, right? As I descend, 1, 3, 4, 9, 12, 17, 18. You can see some of these got the same number. what this is telling me, one is telling me I'm getting closer to the strike price. Two, every time Boeing moves $1, the premium increases by this amount. If Boeing goes from 125 to 126, it's going to increase by 26 cents. For every $1 it moves, this is the data, this is the delta for that number. If I'm at 125 and it moves to 126, basically I'm gonna get this. This is gonna be the price difference that this premium right here will move for every $1.
Okay.
And that's moving up, correct?
Moving up or moving down. As I move down, my delta moves down with me. As I move up towards the number, if I go up towards the number, up, the delta follows me. So I go from 0.33, 0.35. This number will always be negative. It's always going to be in between -0. It's always going to be in between -1 and 0. That's just how delta is measured.
And it said, and a delta on call sides, it said the call side would be plus, right?
Plus.
Positive. Okay.
Yeah. And that's why we'll talk about the delta on the put side, because that's pretty much where we hang out for the most part. So all delta is showing you is, hey, there's you know, so like here, if the stock price moved to 152, so does the delta. It actually moves up basically 78 cents. For every $1 that the price moves up, delta's gonna move with it. If it lands on 152, it's gonna change. If it lands on 155, it's gonna change. If it lands on 855. And what happens is people kind of use this to see, there's a lot of reasons, right? And I don't want to tell you what they are, but I want you all to read what they are. And you'll realize that when I tell you that, because you are all being like fast tracked into this situation, when you read delta, it's going to be like, oh, it's no big deal. If you read it in a book, it's going to make it sound crazy. But if you just go read, like Google it, it's pretty simple. And all it is, actually, I can read it to you right off the phone. There's a couple reasons. And basically what it says, first, delta represents the amount that an option price will change for every $1 move in the underlying stock. That could be forward or backwards. For example, a delta of 0.6 means that every $1 the underlying stock increases or decreases, the option will increase or decrease by that same 60 cents. That's all it is. And you all know, right? Because of the strategy that you're using, delta could be beneficial to you in a couple different ways, or it's not beneficial to you at all because you're not playing close to the number. So a lot of times, so as an example, right, you got, and I'm gonna stick with delta because I want you guys to understand that there's all these things that they throw out there that they want you to read, but the average trader is probably not using delta. It's just one thing that you need to know. Oh, right here, I'm really far away from the money. I'm really in the money. The higher this delta is, the closer you are to the strike point. And I know somebody's saying, well, man, that's 192 and Boeing is trading at 136. On the chart, see if it's up. On the chart, there's all these numbers down here. There are people that will come in here knowing that say they just, I don't, you see these numbers in here and sometimes you see that all this stuff is zero. Nobody's in the business of losing money. So nobody will come and play down here. You'll see volume in here. That's because somebody may have bought a put and sold it and bought it back. Sold a put and bought it back. So there's going to be some volume in here. These are people just in here. This is how you run through an account if you learn wrong. This is somebody that got some money from their grandmother and said, hey, he learned from a college friend, and they came in here and lost all their money in one trade. But you can see this is all zero. So what this is saying, right? Somebody will come in here and sell a put. Now they're going to make $13,593, right? But that means that they are going to have to buy Boeing, which is trading at 137.38. They're going to have to buy Boeing from whoever they sell that contract to, and come here and buy Boeing for $275. Basically $27,500. Makes no sense. That's why you see no activity. There's no open interest in this, because this is a losing thing. Like, it's shaded in yellow. This is so far away in the money, and that's why when you go look at the data, the delta, I'm sorry, they all just hit. Once you get into like La La Land, they all just hit nines. There's none. They're available to say, but there's nothing to learn from this number. It's nothing there. It's so far in the money that it doesn't even make sense. So that's why you'll see it. When you start getting into where the prices of the stock is actually trading, the delta starts to make a little bit more sense. These numbers change so vastly that there's no real reason to lodge delta in your brain to remember it. Just know what it is, know what it stands for, and keep it moving. There's no, you can't master delta. All these numbers are changed in the morning. So somebody that's you listen to on the web go, I'll pay me and I'll show you how to master delta. The number is gonna move tomorrow. It ain't even gonna mean the same thing as it do tonight. And if you go in there's only a couple reasons. People, there's guys out there that mathematically try to come up with this number on their own. But because it's important, but TD Ameritrade gives it to you. There's platforms back in the day where you had to figure out your own delta. Delta wasn't just readily available. TD Ameritrade readily gives it to you, so you don't have to figure it out. So I don't have to know how to calculate delta. It's a waste of your time. Just click the button and look at it. If you look at it, it's still not going to mean anything to your trade. It's just there. It's important to know it. It's important to know where to go get it. So you see delta, right? And you go, okay, you just need to know that it ranges from -1 to 0. That's it. That's all you need to know. Yes, sir.
I was going to also say there's a very good, in education on TD Ameritrade, there's a very good video that talks about all the Greeks.
Yeah.
It gives you an understanding on how to apply all of them together to get where you need to be. But it's a really good video. It took me a couple of times to play it, and I got it.
So, if you just, thanks for that, Chuck, if you want to send that out. But this was part of my training that part of my life I wish I could have back. This was, because I was trying to master it, and I was like, there is no mastering it. You just need to know that it exists. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? If somebody want to talk fancy, hey, what's the delta? Well, it ain't what it was yesterday. That's all you need to know. It ain't gonna make or break the deal. You know what I mean? You just need to know that if somebody wants to over talk you, hey man, all we know is it's just gonna move 35 cents, $1. For every $1 it moves up or down. That's it.
Yeah.
and you'll get in a room full of people and they'll try to overtalk you. The smartest thing somebody ever showed me was how to open up an account with TD Ameritrade. All this, I went through all this stuff, right, just to go weed it out. You know what I mean? And it's just like, so as an example, right, I'll just give it to you plain and simple. It's like you have pit masters, and then you got people that just barbecue. You ask the average human, they go, it's just tender meat, man. I don't give a damn how fancy the grill is or who cooked it. It's just meat. It's just meat on the grill. Yeah, he paid $5,000 for his grill. I paid $69 for mine. Can he cook a hamburger? Can I cook a hamburger? Okay, we good. You know, one grill. It's the person pushing the buttons that makes Delta happen. It's not the damn grill. If you can't cook a hamburger on the stove, I wouldn't try cooking it on the grill over a damn open fire. It's the same thing. It's just, you know, people try to, you know, hey, my grill's better than your grill. Hey, do a whole charcoal and take lighter fluid? Okay, then. That's it. That's all we need to know. Because they'll throw a lot of this stuff out there, and it's like, oh, well, you can calculate the percentage that the option is going to stay within the price range. Not if you're not Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So
Wait a
I
minute,
tell
you
you,
tell me Jesus couldn't pick a stock?
oh no, he could.
Yeah.
He probably could, but I tell you what, it's gonna be tough for him. And people try to do that. You know, they try to sell you these things. Another one of the best classes I've taken, right, was the technical analysis class. I've been watching some of Dorian's video. He do a good job at that, and so it's worth looking at the candlesticks because you can kind of see the movement, right? You can kind of see some trends, and so to me that was more important than learning the Greeks, because they move as the price move. All these numbers on this sheet move with it. And I can just challenge anybody, if somebody want to come here and look tomorrow, and you can all write it down. Just come find the delta here on the strike price of 124 and see if it's the same tomorrow if the stock go up $4. It won't be the same.
Right.
So I just wanted to show you. So when you and this is just a different platform. You know, the Greeks, analytics, people come in here and they, you know, okay, spend a lot of time, and you know, these used to have to be calculated manually. So then they became important to somebody, but TD Ameritrade, they just give them to you. So it's just knowledge. It's just say, hey, that's the delta. You know, it just let me know if the stock move up or down $1 backward or forward. It's gonna change by 18 cents, 19 cents, 20 cents, 60 cents. But there's videos. Chuck, if you got that, make sure everybody get that so they can take a look at it. If it's something that they want to, you know, dive deeper into. But I just wanted to give you the basics. A lot of people use this format than the other screen. Just understand on this screen here too, you can do the same trade. Like I can hit this right here. Why did it kick me off? My stupid computer, it's got like voice activation. It's got a crack in it, so it picks up all kind of stuff. But has anybody traded directly from this screen? Most of you all?
Yep.
Okay. I know, Gerald, you like to use your phone or whatever. Does anybody have any specific questions about Delta? Not really? Yep, and if you go look at it, you'll see it really doesn't make or break a trade. It's just information to know, you know, due to volatility, because volatility also changes. And that's the one thing you need to know. Volatility, I can't say that enough. That changes the delta, the theta, the gamma, and the rho all the time. So it's constantly changing. So it's not a reason to really go spend a whole lot of time on it.
Yeah. Yeah, Chuck, that book you had me get with the two brothers, that it explained the Greeks and stuff pretty good in that. Yeah, he had a lot in the book.
Yeah,
You
Dennis,
watch the CD? How's the CD on that?
The Jerry brothers.
Yeah, the two
yeah.
brothers, yeah.
They'll also be in that Vegas. They'll also they're one of the guest speakers in Vegas too.
It's hard for me to trust.
It looks like it's gonna be open.
I'm hoping so.
So the mayor wants this whole city open. Vegas.
Yeah.
Yeah, the female mayor.
Mhm.
Yeah, she was talking crazy the other day.
So
If they die.
yeah, that's crazy, man.
Hey, I started looking at your boy Jim Cramer, man. I'm taping his show now.
Hey,
Oh,
he
yeah.
real now. When you watch Jim Cramer, right, you got to understand, man. This man got all kinds of stuff running through his head. He is animated as animated gets.
Oh my
Yeah.
Man,
God.
this dude is all over the board, bro.
Gee.
Yeah, you ought to see him in the morning when he's working with other people. They all kind of be like, whew.
I have. He's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
He's over
Yeah.
talking people.
Yeah,
Oh, he overtalks
Yeah.
you all the way.
yeah. You should see. I used to watch your show, Mad Money, and he
Yeah.
ringing horns and ringing bells and doing all
That's the
kinds
show I'm
of stuff.
talking about. I watch.
Okay, yeah.
I'm on at 5 o'clock here.
Yeah, Mad Money. Yeah.
Yeah. He's animated.
Yeah.
I pulled this up because I wanted you all to see it. Out of all the books that he wrote, I kind of read this one twice. It's a pretty interesting read, and basically say get rich carefully. And I'm only pointing out things to keep you all in the guardrails, because you don't want to start chasing premium unless you, like what Tony said, if you really want to own the stock, but still go back a few dollars, let it fall to you at a lower strike price. If you want it, still don't go grab it for market value. Just let it fall down $4 or $5 to you, because $4 or $5 when you're talking about $100, that's $400 or $500. So you got to look at it that way. Let me let it fall down to me $400 or $500. You know what I mean? Because every price point is $100. So 122 is 12,200. 123 is 12,300. 124 is 12,400. So on and so forth. So, I know Missy is a big fan of buying stocks. Just owning them. So is a million other people, you know what I mean? So everybody has their own little strategy. And as you all grow, you're going to be learning all kinds of little tricks and things that you're going to be doing on your own. But at least you got the basic, you got the ground floor foundation built. And from that, you can build whatever mansion you like. But you all know how to sign in. You know how to transfer money back to yourself. You know how to set up alerts. You know how to put watch lists together and screeners and all the basic stuff that creates success. You guys will just continue to go over it until it's just, embedded. And it's just like getting in a car, as in a while, you drive through the neighborhood and then you get on the highway. Most of you guys are on the on-ramp to the highway. You're moving and grooving. So it's good to see the learning curve start to shrink as we go through week to week, to let me know that you guys are picking it up. And we'll always continue to meet. The meetings may not all be directed by me, but they will we'll pass the mic around and let everybody just kind of talk through some of the things that they see or may be wanting to do, and throw it out there and talk through it. And like a think tank, yeah. So we'll always grow and stay positive and try to stay out the negative, and we'll be just fine. And just trade like stuff that you pick up during the week. Just talk about it when we get together. Cause like I said, I don't know everything. I've been through a lot. I had to learn a lot of stuff the hard way, like adding up delta in the middle of the night when it wasn't even going to be the same number in the morning. Yeah.
Hey, Delos.
Yes, sir.
While you got Jim Cramer on the screen, give them that analogy that you gave us, because you was talking about a McDonald's versus
Okay.
what do you think he makes his value?
Okay. So I'll do this here.
That stuck with me, bro. That was good.
All right. So I had I asked Gerald and Jeanette this question. And this number is different, but I'll give you the actual number. Hold on.
It was like 100 and something thousand.
Yeah, I'm finna pull it up. Hold on.
Franchise owner.
Yeah, I should have just went back. All right. So you guys are selling options, and I know these little $4,000 and $5,000 a month gains, right? I know it sounds crazy when I say that. You know, you only making $4,000 or $5,000 a month. You kind of feel like you're the small fish in the pond, but you need those to build, to keep building. And as you get more money, you'll do more contracts. You could be bad with one contract, or you could be bad with hundreds of contracts. You can be awesome with one contract, or you could be awesome with 100 contracts. As long as you follow in the process, you can have 100 contracts out there. There's no law against it. You could be bad with 100 contracts. You probably won't have an account long, but you could be bad with 100 contracts. So what I wanted to let everybody know is this, by the year end, you guys are gonna have quite a bit of residual income coming through. I just wanted to point out, because I was always under the impression, and I started off, if you go back and look at those first videos, that we were taught wrong out the gate, right? So and I gave Gerald this analogy, back in the day, you knew a guy, he had a McDonald's franchise, you'd be like, oh man, this guy's loaded. And that's what your mind tells you. He's successful, he's got a McDonald's franchise, but only the rich knew that was still a slave job. They don't want that. They don't even want a McDonald's. If they had a McDonald's, it is not being ran by them. That's something they're handing off to their kids. The McDonald's franchise owner's salary is, and so it's around 150 a year.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
That's all he makes. But I'm gonna see what this. I've never been on this, so this is my first time clicking on it. Yeah, I'll go back. This I'll have to look through this, but typically, sometimes your impression of things drives you to believe that, hey, they're not obtainable. So then you stop trying. That's why options are so beneficial, because you have instant gratification. That's what a lot of us want, right? We want instant gratification. I want to spend $10,000 and make 500. I want to see it. I want to feel it. I want to touch it.
Yeah.
When somebody says, hey, let's have a meeting and see if we can open up a McDonald's, all that goes in a person's head is paperwork, the word no, man, this is crazy. I don't have enough money to start that. I mean, there's just so many things that stack up against you right away. Your mind shoots your body down right away, right out at the conversation. You're done. Now you're failed before you even got started. I wanted to use this as an analogy to show you that McDonald's owners and option traders and stock and people that are selling stock on a daily basis, this is the difference in the power of what you can do. Now, this is Jim Cramer's salary. And that's probably this Bing, man. Yeah, let me get off Bing. Let me go to Google. So can everybody see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
So a McDonald's franchise owner makes about 150 a year. Look at what Jim Cramer makes a year.
10 M.
$10 million. Now, when you were growing up, nobody ever told you to, you want to be like Jim Cramer? You was always told you couldn't do that. Or you need a Series 7's license. Everything that requires us to make money requires a license and permits and all this other stuff. Job interviews, I mean, a host of things, right, that you have to overcome to be successful at a job working for somebody else.
That's true.
This man makes $10 million a year providing information along with, he has Jim Cramer also has, this organization is called The Street. So his organization is like a non-for-profit where he donates most of that money that comes in to different charities. So he has charities that he donates money to, and he also has, if you subscribe to The Street, the stocks that are in that portfolio, you can also get your hands on that. What he's involved in, what he's buying, what he's selling, that type of thing. He allows you to do that, but it costs you to get in there and get engaged. His net worth is $100 million. Now, who all wants a McDonald's?
No, thank you.
Now, the next time you meet a guy that owns a McDonald's and he's trying to act snobby to you, go,
You bum.
you bum.
You only have one McDonald's, you bum.
You only got one McDonald's, you bum.
Yeah.
That's a lot of work to run a McDonald's, man. 450, right?
That's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You got people that work in IT and all these other places, man, that's making 150, and they don't have to do nothing when they get off work. This man has got to make. I mean, there's employees, there's turnover, there's kids quitting, not showing up. Cups didn't get delivered. The patties are too small. They got the wrong patties on the Big Mac. I mean, there's a host of things.
Hookups.
Yeah, run out of receipt paper, all kind of stuff. The orange soda tastes like Sprite. It's all, I mean, on and on and on. People bringing back food that they've held for 2 days because you left pickles off of it when they ordered. I mean, it's just a list of stuff.
And then getting robbed. Somebody come in and rob you.
Right. And so I showed you that the tax bracket for short capital gains for a reason. There's the millions of people making that kind of money. That's why they had to come up with a tax bracket for it. It was so many people making that kind of money, they had to pay attention to it.
Wow.
So they had to break up. So it used to just be capital gains. Now you got long-term capital gains and then short-term capital gains. That was because people was making a lot of cash and everybody was being thrown in the same boat. So they said, hey, all you smart people that's bringing in a lot of cash, you're gonna give us a little bit more. Because obviously you know how to take care of yourself.
Yeah, give us our cut.
Yeah. So next week, and I'm gonna let everybody go. I think we over the time a little bit, but next week is the month ending. So I would just like for everybody to calculate up your totals for the month and kind of talk about what you've made so far. Keep everybody motivated, happy.
Yeah.
So anybody got anything they want to say before we conclude?
Zoom, man. Zoom. Did y'all see what Zoom did today?
Yeah, it shot up, yeah.
$18.
Another shot of 18, yeah.
Hey, anybody had a put contract out there? Probably can buy that back for nothing. When the stock move like that,
Yeah.
it's time to. That's an immediate rollout.
Yeah.
Roll out and roll near.
I just sent everybody the class
see.
that I just finished, so
Yeah, that's
you can
got it,
go
yeah.
in and take a look at it. It's pretty
Okay.
good.
Yeah.
I just got it, Chuck.
Yeah, I just got it too.
Okay.
All right.
All righty. Well, I'll chat at you all next Tuesday.
Go check out the NFL draft.
Yep. If you need something before then, you know to text me. Or
Hey,
call me anyway.
Gerald, what you think about Gronk joining Brady down in Tampa Bay, man?
It's crazy,
I
man.
know it. Tampa
Hey.
Bay. Yeah, I don't know. Brady's got some weapons now.
I wonder
They in
what
our
old-
division.
what
They ain't on division at the Falcons.
Yeah, Evans. Yeah, they got Mike Evans and Godwin. Now
Got
Gronk.
some weapons, man. I'm sick of Brady, man. He needs to go away.
You can only play a young man's game for so long.
Yeah.
So,
Mother Nature's undefeated, man.
yeah.
Say it loud.
I'm gonna check this draft out and see because it's all electronical this time. We'll see what happens.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, because of the coronavirus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right, brothers. Y'all have a
All
good
right.
night, man.
All right, y'all too. Everybody take care.
All right.
All right.
Take care.
Adios.
All right.
Yeah.